सो मेरा पॉइंट यही था शुरुआत से कि वी नीड टू टॉक अबाउट द डिल्यूजन दैट वी लिव इन बिकॉज झूठ बहुत ज़्यादा तेज़ी से फैलता है बिकॉज द माइंड क्रिएट्स ऑल सॉर्ट्स ऑफ डिल्यूजन and we need to attack it psychologically because the mind is actually the source of our delusions, and we need to constantly communicate with each other in a certain way, in a certain act of things, or we need to have difficult topics in front of people out all the time so that at least कि delusion की वो value ना रहे जो पहले थी. So mind can create delusion, and that delusion can lead to lots of suffering in society, lots of problem in society, and that always happens. The delusion always creates sufferings in society. The point of delusion is not only just to create conflict but to increase sufferings. और इतना सफरिंग आप बढ़ाओगे उतना ज़्यादा सोसाइटी में रिफ्ट होगा, उतना दिक्कत होगी. So what is delusion and what is the truth? That is basically the difference, the basic difference that we need to talk about. Delusion is something that leads to conflict. Truth is conflicting at initially, but in the long term it always leads to peace, and that is something that's why I need to take a difficult path is way more important than that to take a easy path, because to take a difficult path means to understand that in the long term you are looking for peace. To take an easy path means you are looking for conflict in the near future once and for all, because delusion always are sweet, delusion always sounds beautiful, delusion always sounds great, but in the end delusion will always lead to conflict, catastrophic level of conflict. So I mean, in a relationship, even you can even see many people are in a relationship that led to lots of problems. I mean, even some have catastrophic ends because it started on the pretext of delusion. Loving can be delusion if not taken properly into the account. If you don't love someone out of your delusion, then you might harm the person who is in front of you, and that's what basically love has become in this generation. In our generation specifically, love has become a delusional mentality that is spreading like a virus. That is what love has become in our generation. Basically it was not that way initially. I mean, love was very much defined through through the basis of freedom, through your ability to get out of delusion and understand each other. That was basically so. What I talked about previously about the men and women basically is that men get unnecessary hate and women get unnecessary love. And that is true. Men get unnecessary hate from the society. Women get unnecessary love from the society. Both are living in their own delusions, and both have catastrophic ends. If they only they communicate each other on an emotional level, on a better level, they can at least escape from that stupidity of the society, and that is basically what is needed. You need to stay away from the stupidity of society, because society will try to trap you into things that you don't understand. Society will try to trap you into its own customs. Society will try to trap you into its own way of thinking, and the only way to run away from society that way is to run away from the delusion that is giving you. If it is giving unnecessary love, unnecessary care, and unnecessary comfort to the woman should run away from it. If it is giving unnecessary hate and unnecessary problems to the men should run away from it. Both have to run away from their respective delusions to understand what basic love is or basic understanding is. Because more you go towards delusion individually, your life will be in complete disaster and complete conflict. So, how to run away from conflict is basically understand yourself first. Self realization is one thing that you need to have on more serious scale. Stop seeing yourself just as from the perspective of gender, seeing yourself from the perspective of a human being who has a brain and needs you need to understand people psychologically so that you can come out of a common point which you can have a basic relationship with the other genders. Because what will happen is basically, if even if one of you is living in a delusion, relationship is in trouble. If men are reacting on their unnecessary hate too much and they are being violent in the relationship, if women are basically reacting to their unnecessary love that they crave for from the society, if they are reacting on that, be then they will harm the relationship in a psychological manner, because they create conflicts in relationship at that way. So I will just suggest that okay, staying away from delusion is the only way, and the only way to stay away from delusion, understand each other, communicate with each other way more than necessary. Have partners who communicate with you on a level, on a scale that are conflicting but reassuring on a large scale. So that is basically that can help you, I would say. And I mean, there are lots of ways to run away. I mean, saying you can use God. If there's no communication happening, then I mean, allow a third mediator. Go for, go for learning of Shiva and learning of understanding of Krishna is basically what is what I will more promote. But if you are trying things on a completely atheistic scale, if you're trying to understand it completely in a way that atheist goes for without religion and everything, then run away from delusion. Understand that delusion is the only problem that you have, and delusion is the only thing that you run away from. You should run away from. And if delusion comes to your door knocking, you make sure you get it out. You don't embrace it. Don't embrace the hate and use it as the don't embrace the hate from the society. Men, don't induce the hate from the society and use it as a motivation. Don't. Women, don't embrace the love that you're getting from society and and use it as a tool to empower yourself. Don't use love. Don't use things from the society that are basically sounds free. For men, love is will be difficult. For women, hate will be more difficult. So be on a position where you can find difficult things. Yeah, I mean, women should go for criticism, I would say. Men should go for love, and not unnecessary love. Men, there are unnecessary love only when men get, and that is a trap as well. Understand that there is unnecessary love out there, and that will create more harm to you than anyone else. So unnecessary love should be run away from. You should run away from unnecessary love all the time, permanently. And that is the only way to solve these problems. Unnecessary love is the bigger problem because people always run from unnecessary hate. They don't embrace it. And unnecessary love is the problem because you get it all the time and you always crave for it. So I mean, I would just suggest that that is the basic trap, and it will lead into a problem that you might not be able to predict. And that you will find that okay, all your belief in unnecessary love is the reason that you are into that conflict right now. But because the problems in society are happening, most of the problems are happening because people are chasing a love that is not real. So chasing something that is completely delusion, that mind itself, their own mind created, and they completely stripped off all the cards that were logical in the first place, and they chased that unnecessary love that they thought was a tactical fact they have over the society. You don't. That's a trap. So yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we can talk about it later. I mean, I have a lot of things to talk about, but I think I should sleep now. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.